3 fundamental, core, basic, easy ground floor exercises you can do for building back strength, even if you're on the ground floor of strength levels. So these are definitely for more of the beginners or people who had a back pain setback and can't quite do super advanced or high impact back strengthening movements. These are like the ground floor. Like if you're just starting your back pain relief journey, or if you just had a setback and you found yourself on my channel, this is a great place to start to build strength safely and also endurance as well. So you can start to build up some confidence and stability in your lower back, and then progress into whatever you want to do after doing this a couple times. So we're going to start the stopwatch here. This is going to be a 14-minute and 40-second follow-along video. I'm going to talk about everything I'm doing here as I do it. So if I get out of breath or stutter or anything, bear with me, because we're going to do it as I talk about this here. Okay, so the whole thing's gonna be 14 minutes and 40 seconds. There's breaks and rests, so you're not gonna be actually working the whole time, and we're gonna do 3 different movements. So here we go. All right, first we have the bird dog. And this one probably has the most cues and is the easiest to get wrong. And I'm probably not even doing it perfectly here because I'm trying to concentrate on what I say as much as I am doing the movement. And what we're gonna do here is we're gonna do 6 reps, then 4 reps, then 2 reps. And every 10 seconds, we're gonna do another rep. So the first set is 60 seconds, the second one's 40, and the third one is 20, and we're gonna switch sides between each. And a lot of cues here, but the main one is we want no motion in the lower back. We wanna keep it neutral, and we don't wanna be too arched or too low. We wanna keep it nice and straight, and every 10 seconds, we wanna do a rep. But when we do our rep, we wanna keep the back in the same position, engage the glute, send the arm up, keep your stability. With all these movements, we want to oppose movement with the lower back and the core. We don't actually want to, set 1. We don't actually want the core moving at all. We want it to oppose and resist movement, because that's how we're gonna build stability and strength, and basically build that ground floor strength so that we can progress to more advanced movements later. All right, we're only resting 20 seconds and we're doing that for everything we do. So the next, all right, here we go. This next side, we're gonna do another 6 reps of 10-second holds with the bird dog. And if you haven't found out by now, this is exactly what Stuart McGill recommends. And when I was making this video, I had a whole lot of exercises I thought about demoing, and a whole lot of different techniques I thought about talking about. But then I thought to myself, this guy has been studying the back as long as I've been alive. Why would I try to talk about a square wheel or a different variation of a wheel when this guy has spent 25 years building it and perfecting it? So this is gonna be the McGill Big 3 exercises with his cues, basically plagiarizing his book, Back Mechanic. Sorry if you're watching this, McGill. This is me taking your work, but yeah, these are 3 really awesome stability exercises for building lower back confidence and stability on the ground floor. All right, that was our second bird dog set. There's 6 total sets because we're gonna do 6 reps, then 4 reps, then 2 reps on each side. So that's gonna be 6 total reps. We're resting 20 seconds after every set. This is gonna be 14:40 when we're all the way done. Oh, a second late there. Okay, but yeah, we're trying to keep everything tight and engaged here. Again, we don't want any English in the lower back. Like, we want legs straight back. If you can see my glute actually activating too, like it took me a long time to get there, but you wanna try to feel it in your glute when you kick back. Like, if you can do that, you're gonna be in great shape. All right, one more rep of this. All right, rest. Hope you're following along with me. If you are, welcome to the channel, welcome to the exercise. We are about a quarter of the way through. The next movement we're gonna be doing after this is a side plank variation. So get ready for that after we're done with our bird dogs. All right, 10-second hold, starting at 340, and then 350, we will do our first rep. But as I was saying earlier, I actually wrote a whole script for this video, on 3 like kind of crazier exercises but then I realized that those aren't really for everybody. Like, especially if you're a really early beginner, like sometimes you just need to do the basics, the fundamentals, to build up a little bit of strength, endurance, and confidence in your lower back before you move into more advanced, dynamic, hybrid type of movements that you probably even see me doing on this channel. But those just aren't for everybody and they aren't as applicable. So I figured the biggest audience I can capture here will just be the most effective things that everybody can do. And most people on this channel are people who have back pain or recently had a setback. And whether you're in either of those camps, this is a great thing to do. So if you had a setback recently, in this last set, we're doing 2 reps of 10-second holds for a total of 20 seconds. And this is gonna be the last of the bird dogs. So whatever boat you're in, this is a great one to do, even if you already are active, but you just want a little bit more lower back stability and strength. Like this is always a good one to come back to, like if you have a setback or you just feel like you need a little bit more strength and endurance in your lower back for whatever reason. These are 3 that will stand the test of time and they'll be around in 100 years. I promise you that. All right, last bird dog set. That was a crappy rep. Try to redo it there. I also like to point the fingers and the toes down. It's kind of a minor cue, but I really like it for just kind of locking out the whole body and holding a strong, straight posture. All right, there we go. All right, bird dogs are done. All right, that's the bird dog. Now we're gonna move on to the side plank here. Again, you'll see the theme here, but every rest is gonna be 20 seconds, whether we're switching exercises or just resting between sets. So at 6 minutes here, we're gonna start the side plank variation. And again, we're gonna use the same sets and reps tempo as the bird dog. So we're gonna go up, we're gonna do 6 reps of 10-second holds, up, down, do that at every 10-second mark. Then we're gonna rest 20 seconds, switch sides, then we're gonna do 4, and then we're gonna do 2. 20, up, down, and yeah. This is also an awesome thing to do as a warm-up before you're gonna do a workout that makes you kind of nervous. So if you're about to, say, do a sprint workout or lift a little bit heavier than you're used to, or just if you need more strength and stability out of the lower back, this is a great thing to do as a warm-up because everything's gonna be engaged and active by the time you're done. And it's just gonna be hot and firing because a lot of spasms and a lot of tweaks and setbacks occur when you're cold. And because when you're cold, when it finally comes time to use your lower back stabilizers and muscles, they have no choice but to lock up and grab and spaz because they're not primed. As opposed to if it was primed and lubricated and active, it would be able to catch and just function as normal. But spasm muscle usually comes from being cold. And yeah, so we switch sides here. We have another 6 reps of 10-second holds to do on this right side. That was number 1. I'm also doing the top foot out. You can stack both feet together. Doesn't really matter. You're still working the same muscles here. This is QL and obliques on the side we're working. Oh, extremely important point here. So this video is 3 core exercises for strengthening and providing stability for the lower back. If you don't want to do these 3 exactly, that is okay. But you always want to do 3, and you want to do 3 that target all 3 sides of the core. So I like to look at the core from 3 sides, the front, the side, and the back. And every time you do a total core regimen or warm-up or back stability workout, you want to make sure you're hitting all 3 sides. Because if you're neglecting either the front, the side, or the core, that's going to be your weak link in your chain, and that's what's going to be exposed and cause you problems once you need protection from your lower back. So you want to make sure you're hitting all 3 sides. We just rested 20 seconds and I'm back. You want to make sure you're hitting all 3 sides, kind of no matter what you do. Even if you're more advanced and you're doing kind of crazier, more dynamic things, like you're throwing in wood chops and maybe dragonflies or I don't know, GHD sit-ups or something, you still want to stick to the fundamentals of hitting all 3 sides. And after doing this for a couple weeks, or after even just doing this workout once, you'll probably have a pretty good gauge on what's weak and what's strong. Like, if you can keep up with me throughout this whole thing, you're probably all right in all 3 areas. But if you find you can't do all the Berg dog set reps, or you're fatiguing at the end of this side plank circuit we're doing here, if you find you just can't keep up in one area, that's probably a weakness for you, and you need to just kind of double down and focus on it. So this is a good gauge to kind of see how well-rounded your core is and see where you might need to focus a little bit more attention. All right, 4 reps here. That was 1. All right, and we're coming up on 10 minutes here. This whole thing's 1440, like I've said like 6 times now. So we're almost we're over 2/3 there. All right, and so kind of for your remembering sake, these are all exercises are going to be a 6-4-2 rep scheme with 10-second pauses. The last one it's only one side. That's how this rounds out at 1440. And now we have our last 2 sets of side planks with 2 10-second holds to be a total of 20-second sets. But yeah, this is here we go. But yeah, if you're doing it, comment how you're feeling and what your weak points are. I'm kind of curious just to get a gauge on where you guys all are and what exercises might be beneficial to build you up in the areas you need it. All right, 1 more side plank set, and then we're gonna move on to the last, the McGill Big 3. And yeah, I know this isn't the sexiest video. I appreciate it if you're still with me at this point. But McGill he really deserves a ton of credit. Like he has his own lab. He has a PhD in who knows what, but he's dedicated his whole research life to basically back pain. He's written a handful of books on it. He's made a couple products. He's got his own, I mean, I've heard him on podcasts and YouTube videos. I don't know if he has his own channels. But he really deserves credit, and they've tested so many exercises and so many different things that I figured just, why would I provide you with anything less than the best here? And I'll probably contradict myself in the future and make all right, last one's the curl up. I'll probably contradict myself in the future and do some dynamic crazy core exercises that only apply to 5% of people, but for now, this is a great one. So the last one we're doing is the curl up here. And we're doing this for the same rep scheme, 6-4-2 of 10-second holds with a 20-second rest in between. And what I'm doing here is focusing really hard on clenching my abs. So like, you want to like poke here and make sure it's hard, because that's what we want to be. We want to focus really hard on a brace here. So keep that hard, and then at every 10-second mark, down and crunch, and then hold that again, hold it really tight. And I'm also doing this under my back just to kind of keep the natural arch there. That's something McGill recommends trying out. I think that really helps just kind of keep the natural curvature of the spine while we light up the core here. All right. Whew. 2 more sets and we're done. I also like switching legs between sets on this curl up. So I'm gonna go this way this time, and then up, all the way to 30. And this is, after this, you should feel pretty round out and lit up. I'm actually gonna do some leg work and sprints after this. So my core is gonna feel nice and sturdy. I gotta do some glute activation too to make sure those are all working well while I work the old legs. But yeah, this should get the core pretty woken up and ready to go. All right. One more set. We're coming up on 1440, which is the official total time of this Stuart McGill regimen with my own little twist on it. I think my only twist here is the timing. I've done it enough times to remember 1440. I've probably done this close to 50 times over the years, and that's it. All right, well, there you have it. That is the full Stuart McGill Big 3 regimen for stabilizing and bulletproofing the core. It's not the sexiest routine out there, and sure, there's some exercises and different movements you can do for each of the 3 areas of the core that might light it up a little better, might work a little bit better for you. But for the most foolproof, safest, easy system to do, I would really give this a shot, especially if you're in the ground floor of your back pain relief, or if you just recently had a setback and you went through a little atrophy and you're looking to build up strength and endurance and confidence in the low back and core. This is the easiest, most foolproof thing to do. In terms of scheduling this into your life, if you're really a go-getter and your sleep and your nutrition are dialed, you can really do this like every day. But if you're a beginner, I would do this every other day, just to give yourself a little bit of time to rest. Because like you build muscle and you build strength when you rest. You actually break down muscle when you're working out, and then when you rest and recover, that's when it builds back up and comes back stronger. So if you don't give yourself enough time to rest, like if you're only sleeping like 5-6 hours a night, or you're not getting enough protein, or your nutrition just isn't that good, you're not going to benefit from doing this every day. So I would say just do it every other day. In a week or two, you should feel like 100 times better. And it's not something that'll hit you in the face, but you'll just realize you're thinking about your back a lot less, and just feeling a little better day to day. And after you do this for a couple weeks, maybe you go down to once a week total. You start moving, start working more advanced movements into your routine. That's kind of like where some of the like ATG style, more athletic leg workouts can come in. After you build this like basic core trunk foundation, then you can go into stuff like that, or jumping or sports. But this is like ground floor, ground zero, foolproof. Just do this until you feel confident enough to do anything else. If you can't hit all the numbers, like what I have here is a good goal to work up to. Like if you need longer rest than 20 seconds at first, that's all right. Or if you need to start at maybe like 5-3-1 reps instead of 6-4-2. Or if you just knock this out of the park, you can even go up to like 7-5-3 reps instead of 6-4-2. Again, that's just gonna make it longer, but if you wanna get after it, you can kind of scale this and tweak it and make it to your lifestyle. But I hope you follow along and listen to my commentary the whole time. Yeah, let me know if there's any other videos you wanna see. I'm kind of traveling around here, so I'll be in different settings and environments, but love to keep making content and helping backs around the world. So thanks for watching. Check out my channel for more videos and my products below for some paid resources if you want to keep this channel funded. And we'll see you in the next one.